Year 11, and unfortunately I won't be in class today. I am away on max potential, but today I would like you to spend the whole lesson working on your assessment task. More specifically, I would like you to really unpack the question and work on it in a really constructive way. So if we have a look at the question, we have the stimulus, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength. That's from Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 5. And so the question is outline and explain the importance of the foundational beliefs and core ethical teachings of Judaism in the lives of adherents. So, firstly, we've got to identify what the directional verbs are. And essentially they're the things that are asking you how you're going to respond to it. And we have outline and explain. An outline, which you should know, means sketch in general terms, and explain means show cause and effect. And if we go further to the bottom here in bold, when we're addressing outline, we should be showing additive language, such as in addition, as well as furthermore, moreover. On the other hand, when we look at explain, we're showing cause and effect language, such as a result, this led to, as a consequence, this generated as a ramification. And to really show in your response that you are answering the question to the directional verbs of outline and explain, you need to be using additive language and cause and effect language. Furthermore, the two main areas of content for your essay are going to be around foundational beliefs and core ethical teachings. So with foundational beliefs, the things you need to cover are the belief in a single God, so monotheism, the concept of a moral law prescribed by God, which is the Torah, and the idea of the covenant, a unique relationship between God and the people of Israel. As well as foundational beliefs, you need to cover core ethical teachings, which include the commandments of the Torah, the prophetic vision, and the book of Proverbs. My suggestion for you when you're writing your essay, and you can take this on board, you can do it another way if you like, but I highly recommend that you do not spend an entire paragraph on each of these 6 little dash points, but rather try to integrate foundational beliefs with core ethical teachings. And later in this presentation, I'll show you how you can do that. In addition to what we've just covered, there is specific language from the question that's bolded here that needs to be covered in your essay, such as importance, foundational beliefs, core ethical teachings, Judaism, and lives of adherents. If you do not use that language in your essay, you are not answering the question. So therefore, it is imperative that you use the language of the question to show the marker that you are answering and addressing the question. Additionally, the stimulus, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength from Deuteronomy, that is a limitation in your question and therefore needs to be used in your response. It is really, really important that you don't just throw it in there and sort of tick it off the list that you've put it into your response. Rather, you really need to link it to a belief. And 2 foundational beliefs that you could link that to are either monotheism, the belief in one God, or the idea of the covenant. You can decide on how you want to use that. In addition to the limitation, you need to have minimum three other scriptural references. So therefore, your response should have at least minimum 4 scriptural references, including Deuteronomy. Just because it's minimum 4 does not mean that you do 4 and leave it at that. If you can show that you have more relevant scripture as well, add that too. So, it is really important that you understand that you need to cover all the principal beliefs and core ethical teachings in your essay. As I mentioned before, rather than try and cover all of them in one paragraph by themselves, try and integrate principal beliefs with core ethical teachings. But the big question is, how can principal beliefs be linked to core ethical teachings? One way you could try and approach it, and this is just more of a template. I don't think that you should be doing this in a paragraph just the way it is, but rather you should be trying to add to it. bring your own scripture, bring further content, further knowledge. But a sort of rough idea is you could bring forward the principal belief in a single God, and you could link that to the book of Proverbs, core ethical teachings. The idea that through wisdom one gets closer to God, that single God. Furthermore, you could do the principal belief of the concept of a moral law prescribed by God, and you could link that to the commandments of the Torah. Okay, these 613 mitzvot are sacred to Jewish people, and they outline ethical practice for the Jewish community. Further along, you can also cover the principal belief of the idea of covenant, and you can link that to the prophetic vision, because in the Jewish faith, prophets have a specific role, and that is to bring Jewish communities back onto the path set out by the Torah. I do hope this is helpful in giving you a bit of direction for your work today, because you're going to be given roughly 50 minutes now to work on your assessment task, which is crucial to getting right. You have all the content, you have all the scripture, it's just the way you structure it. So make sure you really spend this 50 minutes in a constructive way and really think about what I've tried to give you a bit of a direction in regards to unpacking that question. This video will be on the Google Classroom as well, so if you do need to clarify anything, just go listen to it again. All the best.